Ever seen a warthog run around with dogs? It's fun, isn't it? That's every day here at the Free to Be Wild Rehabilitation Center in Zimbabwe. The newest kid on the block? 8-month-old Coconut, a female warthog who was rescued and delivered to the center at just a couple months old.
She was rescued after some people on a game drive found her. She was really dehydrated and underweight, and she'd been lying in the heat of the day for a really long time. She was tiny. I think with the heat wave happening, she was just really exhausted and got separated from her mom.
Without Bay's help, Coconut never would have made it. Once she's all grown up, the plan is to release her into a protected area, absent of predators.
We have been successful with other warthog releases, so we're hoping that in the future it'll be the same situation for her.
For right now though, Bay's focused on making sure she's happy, healthy, and hella agile. She'll need these skills as an adult, and to acquire them, she could use a couple workout buddies, ones who can keep up with her. Meet Luma and Bo, Bay's trusty sidekicks. Weimaraners are highly energetic, as you can tell, so they fit the description. When these guys get going, they don't care who they're knocking into. Look out, Coconut! Afternoon time out here is playtime, a marvelous way to simulate life in the wild.
That's one of Coconut's favorite times. They get to interact with each other, get that social contact going, as well as get that muscle development that they're going to need when they eventually get released. She gets these little bursts of energy. We call it crazy pig, where she just goes insane. She does these 360s. The weimaraner puppies are really good to keep up with her. They just see her as this loving companion that lets them basically jump all over her and play with her. It's just really sweet and heartwarming to see them like that. She just loves them, and they just, best friends.
Now, wild pigs aren't the domestic type, so staying in the house isn't a great idea. But this couch on the porch? This is Coconut's happy place. And strangely enough, it's become a great means of preserving her wild instincts.
In the wild, a warthog would generally be living in a hole in the ground. I think she's made this couch the same as a burrow. She's just redesigned it in her own way. The colder it is, the deeper she digs into the couch. Sometimes she might be under the first layer of the throw. Sometimes she'll be completely in the bottom of the sofa. She's completely destroyed the couch.
The good life for Coconut doesn't end there. Besides couching it like she owns the place, she also gets the spa treatment from her pal Marlin, the cockatoo. Marlin was rescued from the exotic pet trade, a common scenario for his kind. By grooming Coconut, he plays the role oxpecker birds would for her in the wild, hitching a ride and feeding on her parasites.
Typical behavior of a wild warthog is when they're being groomed. As soon as they feel the grooming happening, they'll lie down and roll over. And we see this with Coconut's relationship with Marlin. Often when he's on her and starts the grooming process, she'll kneel down and let him groom her.
Between her pup companions keeping her energized and Marlin's top-tier grooming appointments, Coconut's support system has become one worthy of envy. Riddle me this. What's got black and white stripes and brays like a donkey? The answer, a Zonkey. Yeah, that's actually a thing. His name is Zippy, and it's no wonder. Look at him go! Zippy is what you get when you literally cross a donkey named Raj and a zebra named Ziggy. Let's start with Raj.
He's quite playful, quite noisy, but he's got a really kind nature, so yeah, he's a lovely character.
Here at Trackside Farm in Somerset, England, 6-year-old Raj runs the show. The only male donkey in the field, he's got his pick of 8 females. He also gets daily pampering and as much fresh green grass as his heart desires. But when this sleek set of stripes walked into his world, everything changed. Meet Ziggy, the zebra. Native to the African savanna, Ziggy was born in captivity in Germany. Unwanted and without a home, Christine managed to get her over to the UK under a government license for dangerous wild animals. It's legal to own a zebra in Britain, but not exactly advisable.
She was very wild when I got her. Couldn't get near her or anything like that, but I've got her very friendly, she trusts me, and we've formed a really good relationship. There's still moments when she'll suddenly spook and jump. So you've got to be very careful still, you know, you can't forget that she is a wild animal.
Since Ziggy's arrival, Prince Raj hasn't displayed too much interest in getting to know his exotic herd mate. Or maybe that's what he'd have you believe. For 2 years, they've pretty much minded their own business. But one day, Christine noticed Ziggy was a bit off.
I noticed that she was acting a little bit different. She wasn't running around quite so much. She had gone just a tiny little bit calmer.
And then one morning, to her absolute shock, Christine found that Ziggy had given birth. As it turns out, it's actually extremely rare for a zebra to breed successfully with a donkey. The two animals have a different number of chromosomes, which means embryos usually fail. But nature has its strange ways, and as a result, Zippy, the Zonkey, entered the world. Animal hybrids are highly controversial, often raised purely for profit. Many suffer birth defects, and others become difficult to handle, which is why mixed species like Zippy should never be the goal. But here he was, a healthy little tyke, and here he'll stay. A life on the farm. So, how does a Zonkey do?
Zippy is definitely more zebra than donkey. He is a little bit more, you know, sketchy of things and noises, whereas a donkey is so relaxed and laid back, and he is so strong. So when I'm leading him, if I was to take him down the road or around the yard, it would take a couple of us to hold him.
Zippy gets his stripes from his mom, but his, energy from his dad.
Zippy is really cheeky. He's starting to get a little bit randy. He will start chasing the other donkeys. You can certainly see he's maturing a little bit.
Donkeys reach sexual maturity around 2 years old. Zebras, not until 6 years. Wait, Zippy's not even a year old. Not to worry though. As with most hybrid animals, this killer crossover is almost certainly sterile. Still though, Christine's gotta keep an eye on Raj and Ziggy to make sure their odd animal friendship doesn't result in more zonkies. Zippy is plenty.